2, 1.
Right. Today we'll be talking about television and different ways of getting television. I find that digital is the best. Digital and cable and internet are the best types of television because I think they offer good quality and good sound, as well as they offer a variety of channels to watch.
I feel digital, satellite, cable and internet television are all great things because they allow independent filmmakers to distribute their product, but it's a lot better than analog television, as you'd get a wider variety of channels and they would be broadcast in HD and over a wider variety of channels.
I agree that digital, satellite, cable and internet television are better than analog because they provide wider varieties of channels, so more films can be distributed across them and get a wider audience.
I personally find on-demand TV is very good, as I'm able to watch things whenever I like. I can just go to my telly and start watching whatever, as I'm able to do that.
I also think on demand's a good thing because then if something important's on during a time where I've had booked for my film to be shown, then people can sort of record it, leave it in their recording box and then watch whatever else they want and then go back and watch the film at a later point. So I'd still get a viewing, and that would still help distribute because people would see what work I've made.
On-demand television is very useful because then viewers can watch films whenever they want, and I get a wider variety of viewers watching it, and more people, it targets more people. In case someone's missed it, they can go back and watch it.
I prefer cable TV though, as it offers a good picture quality and sound quality, and it's cheaper than satellite television, and on top of that, it cannot be affected by weather, which is very annoying because we live in a very non-friendly environment.
Cable and satellite and digital television are all good things because they allow programs to be broadcast in higher definition and over a wider variety of channels. So what small shows or films would more likely be put on there and get shown, rather than having analog where it only broadcast 5 but there'd be big channels and they would be hard to get your small films onto.
I think that digital and satellite are better than cable because they both provide more channels and have a wider audience. More people tend to watch digital or satellite TV, and therefore I get more viewers.
We've already spoken about that.
About pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. I think pay-per-view is not very good because I have to pay for the things that I watch, and unlike on-demand TV, however, it's good when I want to watch just one film or a few films because it's not too expensive, but I'd still prefer not to.
I believe pay-per-view to be a bad thing because as a small director, people would look at it having to pay for it, but they might not have heard it and they might dislike what it will turn out. They won't have heard of you, they won't have heard of the film. They might like the plot, but they might think it'll be put out and structured really badly, so they'll be willing not to pay for it and just skip it.
Pay-per-view is good for a Hollywood major because it generates a higher income for when viewers pay to watch a film or a few films. Yeah.
Okay. So I think the new developments in home TV setups, like sizes and HD and 3D, are all very good because it gives me a new experience as a viewer, and it's good to watch HD things because
I believe the developments in home setups are a good thing because they allow people to watch things in high definition. However, it's kind of bad because then I'd have to invest in more equipment to appease the audience market for what I'm gonna make. So it would cost me more money, but it will probably get viewed more because it's with newer equipment rather than standard definition. So people are more inclined to watch HD than SD.
New developments such as HD and 3D are useful for me because it is more entertaining for the audience. Like when people are going to the cinema, they're more likely to go and see a 3D film because it's more of an interesting experience.
4K is also very good. I enjoy, well, there's only one film, so there's not much variety, which is upsetting, but 4K is still very good as it gives me a new experience as a viewer, and I've never seen anything like that before.
4K is a bad thing because it means I'd have to invest into more equipment and more things to produce higher quality films which people are going to move on to and start watching. However, it's kind of good because as it becomes more easily independent consumer available, it would be a thing people would enjoy, as it would be a new sort of thing you can brag about in your film, like, my film has 4K, go watch it.
4K can be good and bad because it's very good for the audience. Like when more 4K films come out, a lot of people go and see them because of the high quality of the film. But not a lot of things have been filmed in 4K at the moment, so it isn't that useful at the moment.
Film and television piracy is not, I believe it to be good for some audiences but not for others, as some people are willing to go online and not pay for anything, and like myself, I'm not. It doesn't give the artist money for when you view their work, which I find is unfair, and so piracy is not good for an audience member.
I believe piracy to be a good and a bad thing. It's a bad thing because I wouldn't make any profit out of it, but it's kind of good because it could be used as a distribution tool, so people would go see my film, like the film, but think, this pirate copy is a bad copy, and then they would go buy the actual DVD or go see it in cinema and think, I enjoyed that film in the better quality that it was.
Piracy can be good for the audience but not good for me because distributors don't get paid for the films, so if a lot of films are pirated, that means I start losing money.
I think online piracy is the biggest problem, like distributing it to many other people. What else should we talk about? Filmmaking forms. In film, digital and celluloid ways of filming have gotten better, as we are now using digital instead of celluloid, which is good as you can now film HD videos, and it is practical because it's only on a computer, which means it can be easily distributed.
I believe digital to be a good thing rather than celluloid, because with celluloid I'd have to buy a tape for every half hour of filming, and it might take 5 to 6 hours, and that would cost me in however many tapes I buy. But digital is a good thing because it can be stored onto a memory card, which can then be put into a computer, transferred to that, and then I can use the memory card again for more filming. So it's a one type of purchasing rather than I have to keep purchasing and purchasing tape.
Digital is good because I can get one thing done, like filmed straight away. I don't have to keep on changing tapes. So it's easier for me to film using digital cameras.
I also find them not very good, as they're quite easily damageable. The celluloid cameras of films, and yeah, I find it also not as good to watch because of the lack of HD and things like that. Crowdsourcing can be a brilliant way to gain funds and fans for independent films, and also if for many other people who want to promote their work. So,
Crowdsourcing is a good thing for independent films because people would fund my film because they enjoyed the trailer or enjoyed what they saw, and then if it gets funded, then I can also use it as a distribution platform because they would have seen it, they might get their friends to invest, and then they might tell their friends, and it will spread out, and then people will see the film more rather than having to pay a distributor to distribute the film. It would distribute itself as it gets funded.
Crowdsourcing is good for me because I can get more people interested in the films, and I can also see what things people liked about it and what things people don't like, and that can help me make decisions about future films.
YouTube is very good as it allows me to watch as many films and TV episodes that is available on YouTube. It's very easily accessible just by having a computer, iPad or something like that, which is useful as most people nowadays have mobile devices like that can view that.
YouTube is a good thing because it's a good platform for distribution, and then people would see the film, and obviously as the views go up, I'd be able to monetize my video, so I would be able to put ads on my video and get money from the ads, and as I get money for the ads, that would also help distribute it, but they wouldn't be paying anything, but I'd be making money back from the production costs.
YouTube is very useful for me because it's where most people find out about films, when they go and search for trailers, and then a lot of people watch the trailers, a lot of people find out about it, and then if they think it looks good, they'll all go and watch it at the cinema.